Hannibal-LaGrange alumni from the Education Department returned to campus for a weekend of fun. Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Newsbeat. I'm Brenda Mata. The Education Department at Hannibal-LaGrange University held a reunion this past weekend for teachers. The weekend included an escape room, team trivia, and much more. Here's that story.
This past week, HLGU alum were on campus to celebrate the 40th year of preparing education students for the classroom. Teachers of all ages got to participate in many different activities, including a team trivia night, a light brunch buffet, an education-themed escape room, and a tour of a new simulation classroom.
Oh, how nice. Cute.
HLGU alum Nick Douglas says he enjoyed his time at the education reunion.
It's an absolute blast. I'm having a great time. I like laughing. It's good to talk to adults for a change instead of kindergartners all day long.
Education professor Dr. Julie Albee says the education program at HLGU is unique. Albee says classes are rooted in prayer and display a care for students.
The students are having leaders and models who are believers, active believers, and of course that comes into the classroom. So they know that we really care about them as people, not just as students and as learners.
The education program at HLGU made a lasting impact on Douglas. He says the program taught him how to be prepared and how to care for his students.
The number one thing I like to think about HLG preparing me for is not just like curriculum and knowing what I'm supposed to teach, but knowing how to care. Care about what I'm doing, care about the kids I'm teaching, care about my coworkers, because if you don't really care and really like what you're up to, you're not going to stick around very long.
HLGU alum Rebecca Sheridan says she felt prepared going into teaching due to her early start in the classroom.
Just like the real life experiences and getting into the classroom right in your first year in college was really important, because usually most colleges they wait till your junior year and you don't get those experiences, and then you realize you don't want to do teaching, but they throw you right into it, get you in the classroom, because that's the best way to learn is by doing.
During the reunion, the Education Department unveiled a new classroom simulation. Alumni say they are excited for current students to have more opportunities to get in-classroom experience.
We had to do a thing called Sim School to get a feel for what a classroom was supposed to look like, which was the best we could do, and it was all right. But having a real classroom to really experience what teaching and callbacks, all the things are supposed to be like, would have been phenomenal. I'm psyched that they have that now. It's wonderful.
In Hannibal, reporting for Newsbeat, I'm Cole Arndorfer.
In other news, nearly 200 volunteers for the United Way of Mark Twain area are giving their time and talents to help the local community. United Way's Day of Caring event aims to help tackle the needs of others. Volunteers spent the day packing buddy packs and completing construction projects for Harvest Outreach. Other volunteers took their skills to the classroom. 90 community leaders read United Way's new book, Will You Help Me?, to elementary students.
This is one of those days where, there's 200 individuals giving of their time and their talents today in order to make our community better, in order to support the organizations that United Way works to financially support each and every month. So this is a different opportunity for people versus just writing a check. This is an opportunity for people to give of their time and their talents so they have a better understanding about the why behind United Way.
To donate or learn more about United Way, visit their website at unitedwaymta.org, or you can call 573-221-2761. Hannibal-LaGrange University welcomed 35 prospective new students during its first Trojan Day of the school year. Trojan Day is a good way for high school students and potential transfer students to come to campus and learn what Hannibal-LaGrange has to offer. Students tour the campus, eat in the cafeteria, and attend a panel discussion. Trojan Day allows prospective students to see all of the majors HLGU has to offer and meet the professors in those departments. Trojan Day also gives student athletes the chance to meet coaches and talk about the various athletic programs. Head men's basketball coach Jason Durst says the visit day is important.
I think Trojan Day is really important just because it gives an opportunity for prospective students and their families to see the campus and appreciate the buildings. I think sometimes one of the things that people don't get from a website or don't get from looking at pictures is just how nice our campus really is. So I think there's an aesthetic value that they get, but also I think the genuine nature of the people on campus, it gives them a chance to meet people in person, build relationships, and just get a better idea of how the campus functions as a whole.
The next visit day is scheduled for November 4th. Pastor and Missouri House Representative Dr. Doug Ritchie spoke to students on campus for Constitution Day. Dr. Ritchie highlighted the relationship that exists between the Constitution and fear. Ritchie spoke about how the Constitution is both a consequence of fear as well as a barrier to fear's impulses. The event was in partnership with the Mormon Foundation as part of the Free Society Speaker Series at HLGU. The next Free Society event will take place on Tuesday, October 11th. The university will host State Senator Cindy O'Laughlin at 6 o'clock in the Student Center. The Hagerman Art Gallery recently hosted a one-man show titled Land and Sky. The artist featured was Dave Aubrey. Aubrey is an artist who paints dramatic skies with tranquil landscapes. His paintings are based on various Bible scriptures. In addition to the gallery event, Aubrey spent the day talking with students in the art department about this career as an artist. Hannibal-LaGrange University hosted its first ever mental health chapel. On Friday, September 30th, the university gathered in Parker Theater for a special chapel that focused on mental health. The speaker, Dr. Stephen Voss, emphasized our need as Christians to understand issues related to mental health. During his presentation, Dr. Voss approached the issue from the perspective of our body, soul, and spirit. To conclude, Dr. Voss gave handouts that addressed mental health warning signs and talked with students about the new 988 suicide hotline number. Dr. Voss stressed the importance of understanding that people are going through in order to be able to support them. A mental health training seminar was also held recently on campus. The training discussed the emotional well-being of individuals. Chris Whitehead, who is a licensed therapist at Mark Twain Behavioral Health, was the speaker for the seminar. The discussion addressed resources available for those who may not be okay and need some type of guidance. Whitehead also talked about what you can do to help someone who is not okay. She also discussed how to spot signs of those who may be thinking about suicide or who may be going through substance abuse. The seminar offered support for those who may need help and also gave tips on how to support someone who is going through a challenging time. The Roland Library on campus is featuring several historical pieces in its Bible Through the Ages display. The display helps tell the story of how God's Word has influenced our world over the centuries. HLGU was able to acquire this display through the efforts of Drs. Bob and Martha Bergen. The Bergens say that Hannibal-LaGrange University is a school that reveres God's Word, and the display fits with the mission and purpose of HLGU. And finally, HLGU students organized a fundraiser for former Women's Residential Hall manager, Kayla Meyer. Meyer recently moved back to Romania to serve as a full-time missionary. The fundraiser was a pie auction. It gave people a chance to pie a staff member, faculty member, or an RA in the face. Romanian donuts and coffee were also sold. Students, staff, faculty, and other members of the community came to support the event. Overall, the fundraiser raised $2,000. All of the profits went directly to Meyer to support her ministry overseas in Romania. That's all the time we have for now. Until next time, I'm Brenda Mata.